Going to be heading off to BYU and playing Division I football. Kind of what are your thoughts as you kind of embark on that new path?
I feel really blessed and just happy to have the opportunity to play and at the next level, and hopefully just have fun and stay healthy.
It's interesting, you look on a lot of the recruiting sites out there and they list you at about 6'6" and 230. You're a lot bigger than that in actuality. Talk a little bit about height and weight and all of that right now, where you're at.
When I was a sophomore, Scout.com came to the school and took my picture and stuff, and I don't know, at the time I was like 215 or something, and then ever since then, since my sophomore year, I've gained like 90 pounds or something, 100 pounds. So right now I'm sitting at like 282, and I'm like 6'7".
Okay. And you obviously, from everything that we know, you're being recruited as offensive lineman, right?
Yes.
And talk a little bit about playing offensive lineman at BYU, because obviously the Cougars have a reputation for producing the best offensive line in the Mountain West Conference and one of the best in the country. It's got to feel like a pretty good honor to get a scholarship offer to go play offensive line at BYU.
Yeah, I'm really excited and I feel really blessed to be able to play there under Coach Weber and Bronco Mendenhall.
Talk a little bit about your decision-making process, because the interesting thing that a lot of people may not know about you and your family is you guys grew up as Utah fans, and then all of a sudden you make a decision that you want to play at BYU. Talk about that.
At the time, I really thought, when I was first playing high school ball, I still wanted to play at Utah. Like I hadn't known anything about BYU. I wasn't baptized or anything. I didn't know anything about it. And then, I don't know, they offered me, and I took a tour down there, and I loved it. I liked the people down there. I liked the coaches. And then it just felt right. So, and I just committed, but some of my family are still Utah fans, but I'm converting as many as I can, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
You talked about you hadn't been baptized. You actually, a lot of your friends thought that you were LDS, but you weren't, and you're a recent convert to the church.
Yeah, I've been a member about a year now. I was my best friend Ammon Olson just asked me to go to church a few times. I said no. I was like, no, I'm not going to church. I don't like church. And then one day I was like, okay, I'll go. If you just leave me alone, I'll go. And then I went, and his dad's a really good friend of mine, Brian Olson. And then I liked it, so I kept getting involved in it and ended up getting dunked.
Well, in that, there's an interesting timeline too, in terms of you actually being baptized, and then shortly thereafter, here comes an offer from BYU.
Yeah, they asked me to go down there like a week before I was going to be baptized, and then I got baptized on Saturday, like March 21st, and then went to church Sunday for the first time as like a member, and then Monday I went down there, and they ended up offering me.
And did you commit right there on the spot, or did you think so right there on the spot you told Bronco you're ready to go?
It was like the first time I've talked to him, and I liked what he said and like what he did around there, and it just seemed like a good program to be in for the next step in my life.
What in regards to what you bring in terms of your skill set, where you're at right now, what are some things that the BYU coaches have told you that they like about your game?
That I'm not too big. Like I'm more athletic than like bigger. Like I'm not in the 300s. So, but like my athleticism and speed, I guess you would say.
And do they tell you, do they give you some advice in terms of anything they want to see you work on and develop as you come into the program?
Oh yeah, they want me to get stronger, faster, and just don't know, just better football player.
And let's talk about your goals. What obviously BYU's offensive line, there's a lot of depth there. Now a lot of experience. What are your expectations in terms of what's going to happen, say in your freshman year, or maybe your first couple of years?
Right now I'm like 60-40 if I'm going to go on a mission, like 60% probably I'm going to go, 40 I don't know, but if I were to go, I would see myself probably redshirting this year and then going on my mission and coming back and having 4 more years. But I don't really know I haven't really, since I'm not sure on the mission, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet.
Well, that's very interesting too, being a recent convert. You haven't been raised with this whole idea of I'm going to be going on a mission, and then all of a sudden joining the church. You know, there are a lot of people in that situation that wouldn't even think about going on a mission.
Yeah, like I said, my best friend Ammon Olson like converted me, and he recently is serving in Mexico, and like the biggest impact was like Mother's Day. I got to talk to him for a minute. His mom let me come up and talk to him for a minute, and I don't know, it seems like a good thing for me to do. And because I've been so blessed in my life, I just feel that I owe it to God to serve him. If he serves me for the rest of my life, I think I can serve him for a couple of years.